Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today I'm gonna be reviewing a movie. I just got to watch in the movie theater, so I'm gonna just have this upload as fast as possible. And yes, before anyone says anything, yes, I know there's a series of films that came out before this one, and I'll get to the other parts that came out prior in the series whenever I have the chance. So I'm just throwing it out there, okay? Anyway, the film is Mission Impossible, the seventh one in the series. The thing is that as of late, I've been reviewing quite a few spy movies, secret agent stuff, and they were all terrible. So I just thought, well, I might as well watch this one. At least let it be somewhat decent. For the love of all things holy. I mean, really. So yeah, just figured I'd just get some popcorn while I'm at it. Get something to drink, of course. So anyway, whatever the case is, as always, let's talk about the plot, shall we? Yeah. Talk about the damn story. So in this one, yes, of course, your past can come back and hunt you down. And that's basically the theme here, folks. Not all things can be, I guess, taken care of right away. And yes, maybe there are certain things from your past that should have been taken care of, but warrants, I guess. And this can have some consequences if not dealt with. That's that kind of the idea going on here, folks. And the main character Ethan and his team must track down a dangerous weapon before it falls in the wrong hands. And okay, what's the big deal? What's this weapon? It's these two key things, or maybe one key. It's like in two parts. Yeah, these two keys has been split into two, and to actually make them activate. And yes, it has something to do with computers and all that, some sort of cryptic coding or whatever. So anyway, they have to be connected, but these two pieced keys have been separated. And yes, it has something to do with a submarine. Yeah, it looks like this coding was invented, but this coding thing went rogue. So it went against its own creator. So it kept evolving and getting more strong as time went. And then Ethan, who's been played by Tom Cruise over here, yeah, him and his team realized like, oh shit, there's something must be done. And this, of course, this whole two key thing, it has something to do with that. I mean, excuse me if I'm being somewhat vague here. I don't want to spoil it too much, really. But yeah, things get rather crazy, obviously. So as a result, these individuals must must make sure that nobody gets it gets in the wrong hands. Of course, it's no easy trip. Like it's not as easy as it seems like at all because they are not the only people that's after these keys. Yes. Of course, I saw this in the movie theaters, and yeah, it does feel like, yeah, holy hell, what an adrenaline rush this was. And so that in itself was a surprise to me. Like I was saying, this is the seventh installment of the series. And you'd think this would have died down by now, but no, they're making sure that the story is still pretty good. And the story itself is serviceable in this, of course. And it goes with what we're trying to do, of course. And of course, the stunt work in here is really good. And it's really well choreographed. As crazy as the action sequences are, it's pretty well choreographed. And oh boy, the fight scenes, the action sequences are pretty damn crazy. They're insane. You know, here, folks. And I mean in a good way, in a good compliment way, folks. Just the sheer scale of this movie is really trying to go for the epic, big, grand spectacle and whatnot. So yeah, of course, just the set pieces alone are really well done. So on that level, it's really well done. I guess you can say on a technical level, the way the sound is put together, the way the music kicks in, the way the theme song for the Mission Impossible movies kick in, and not just that, but the sound effects are really well done. So again, on a technical level, the editing and all that, the way it's done, it's really, really well done, and on that level. As far as story is concerned, it's pretty straightforward when it comes to these kinds of movies, but it holds up. I mean, sure, it may not be as logical as character driven as this, but hey, sometimes simple, more straightforward is kind of work very well, and that's what happens there. Is the way it's done with this straightforward storytelling works for its favor. You do have to think about the fact that the type of movie this is, and for what it's worth, it works rather well, and that's perfectly fine. That's not inherently wrong. Yes, of course, it could be considered as a guy movie. The main character's a guy, and he's all tough and everything, and he has to beat up the bad guys and whatnot or whatever. That's fine. That in itself isn't inherently wrong either. There's different types of movies out there, and that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with having these types of movies. These movies exist to be entertaining, and that's what this film does. It's very entertaining what it was trying to do. The acting was actually pretty serviceable as well. The acting was actually not that bad. So as for the, and you can obviously see that Tom Cruise was doing his best as his character. You can obviously tell he definitely fits the role of his character named Ethan. Yeah, it works. It really works in what he was trying to do in the grand scheme of things. The dialogue itself is pretty tight. It's really well written in the sense that it doesn't drag on really. So that's definitely a plus there. Obviously, yes, I would often watch and review really low budget, obscure movies that hardly anyone, if anyone, will actually know about because that seems to be up more my alley, if truth be told, folks, because that's the kind of stuff I would often actually enjoy, really. So yes, obviously, I'm not really the target audience for this, like at all, but I managed to enjoy myself anyway at the theaters, so I actually wouldn't mind owning a copy of this. So anyway, I'll give this an overall rating of a 7.4 out of 10. I think it's a 7.4 for me. So as always, thanks for watching and take care. Until next time, see ya. Oh yeah, later.